These are the worst roommates from hell. Hello, you gorgeous donut. Many people watching this one time in their life will have a roommate, or they may have had a roommate before, and a lot of people will experience something called a roommate from hell. Now, you can probably decipher what that means. It means you're living in a shared space with somebody you want to murder. Allegedly. Honestly, this can be one of the most heartbreaking things, especially if you notice it quite early in your tenancy. Because your home is meant to be your safe space, that's the one place that you can lock yourself away from everybody else in the world and just have some quiet time. Yet when you have a roommate from hell, they take that from you. So in this video, we're going to take a look at people talking about how they're currently dealing with a roommate from hell. So if you at home are, hopefully it makes you feel a little bit better. Roommate dumps food on my belongings. Now, as we can see here, is this noodles in this person's sink, or the shared sink? I don't know what this is, just something smudged, food smudged on the mirror here. And arguably the most concerning thing, noodles in your Doc Martens. Now, if there's any place that you don't want to have noodles, Doc Martens would be up there. Probably would be me number one, if I'm being honest. I just want to know why. Like, what is the reason why they keep putting noodles everywhere? Is this some sort of kind of intimidation tactic? But why is it always noodles? And where are they keeping the noodles? Because if you see the noodles in, the cupboard, surely you can kind of, take away that problem and just bin them before, they end up in your dog. Because I feel like you're well within your rights to do that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this would piss me off because it would just really play with my mind. Like, I hate the mind games here. If you don't like me, just tell me. Don't put noodles in my trainers. I live in a graduate student housing at a university. I was paired randomly with 3 roommates, one of which has been stealing our food, and the rest of us have all addressed it with her. We've let her know that we're happy to share, but please ask. It, however, keeps happening, and I said if this continues, I would report to housing. I never did, and it was fine for a few weeks. Just a few days ago, I started seeing my makeup and skincare in our common sink area, just on the floor, and ramen in my sink. Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. Today, I found it all over my shoes. I've checked with my roommates, and the other 2 have said it's not them, and they weren't home during the time it happened either. Okay, very convenient. 2 people have eradicated themselves from the crime scene, leaving 1 suspect. The one in question hasn't said anything. I've reached out to housing, but honestly don't know what I can do. Would appreciate any advice. I mean, you have came to the right place, right? The donuts have got you covered. I imagine a lot of people are going to put their own opinions in the comments right now. Honestly, if this was me, I feel like I would just have to talk to them face to face, because you know that they're the one in the wrong, and if they don't admit it, they're just going to look stupid. I mean, they look stupid anyway, but I need to see the reaction on their face when I confront them about it. I've had various situations in the past that, not similar to this, but on the kind of pettiness level, where I've just talked to the person about it, and just the look on their face as they try and make an excuse is quite hilarious, and I feel like you deserve that just for a piece of mind. So I definitely would talk to them face to face about it, and if it continues happening after that, and you've mentioned it to housing and nothing's happening, I mean, you could just kind of use this as your villain and just get them back, but even harder. I wouldn't recommend that though, because that kind of is fighting fire with fire, and nothing good can come of that. Give it a couple of weeks, you're going to return back to your bedroom, and it's literally just going to be full like a bowl of ramen of noodles. Okay, my roommate moved out and left me this. Oh my god, this looks awful. Oh my... The fact they've just left this for you to clean up. I have been in this situation before. It is awful. Genuinely. Oh, there's food all over the bed as well. How did they even sleep there? Do you know, there might be some people watching that has a bedroom similar to this. And if this is your bedroom, whatever, that's how you live. Obviously not the healthiest. But when you move out, you have to clean up. You have to leave the room like as if you weren't there, especially if you're sharing with other people and they need to find somebody for that room. You need to just kind of, give them the best kind of opportunity to do that. Leaving your room like this, I don't understand how someone can do this to someone else. It's such a lack of respect, and you're just being a knob. In fact, there's food here as well. Even if it was just empty things, like empty water bottles or something like that, then it's even not as bad. Still bad, but the fact there's food smudged everywhere, no one else should have to clean up your mess like this. There's no excuse for, leaving your room like this when you've moved out. I can't believe that you would do this. It's all smudged into the floor as well, man. Also, did they never use the bin once? If my roommate met you on Tinder, you have no right to go through my fridge. Get your own food. Kind of fair. Right, ironically, she ate. Here. Okay, the Tinder date isn't eating, but I tell you what, the roommate is. Fairs though. Like, you have literally just came to shag my roommate and now you're trying to eat me pot noodles. Sorry, at least introduce yourself first. Honestly, if my roommate was having a one night stand with someone and then they went into my fridge and ate my food, I would be, I wouldn't kick off because I'm just not that type of person, but trust me, I would be giving you the most passive aggressive looks. And then when you leave, I'm going to be talking about you. Oh, I'm going to be talking about you so hard. Do people do this? Like, I can't imagine like a Tinder date, just making themselves at home. The audacity. Reminiscing on when I came home to this on the thermostat. 90! Sorry, wait a minute. Y'all, we can't do this. We're gonna wake up dehydrated, bundle up with blankets or something, but this is an unsustainable temperature for an AC unit. Ew, why is it at 90? Literally an insane temp. I didn't even know could go that high. Oh wait, that's not. Oh, that is hot. That is really hot, actually. Bro, that is, I don't know. What are we trying to do here? Are we trying to, like, cook ourselves? Like, are we trying to burn the devil out of our skin? Why are we having it so warm? How can you even function? It's just like living in a sauna at this point. I'd love to see the price of their lecky bill. Oh my god. Genuinely, you'd have to take out, like, a huge loan just to pay for your monthly electricity bill if you've got it that high. I can't imagine walking into that. It must be like, being in such a hot country where you go outside and you don't have AC anymore and it just hits you in the face. Roommate possibly tried to break down my door while I was away at work. Possibly. Let's see. Okay. Well, I think we can take possibly out that sentence. Definitely more like. Bro, that was like a baby was in, a woman's stomach and was kicking. Like, did you see the bulges on that? They definitely were trying to break down. They can't play that off as if they were just walking by and they kind of fell over. Because it happened like 10 times. Unless they kept falling over on it. And at that point, would you even want them to be your roommate? Because that's kind of an ick. Why are you constantly falling over? I need some more context to this. Why were they trying to break the door down? A few weeks ago, I changed my bedroom doorknob from a privacy lock doorknob, came with the apartment, to a key doorknob. She had been stealing my food and also dishes without returning it, which I have proof of. I confronted her about it, but she just denied it all. I've since then kept all my food and most of my kitchen utensils in my bedroom. I also got a camera in my bedroom just in case she tries to pick the lock or I forget to lock it. Bearing in mind, like, you might think this is excessive. Genuinely, this happens so much with roommates. It's wild. I don't know how people are brought up, but why you would think it's acceptable to try and break someone's door down just to use their cutlery. Just buy some from the shop or use your own. I think at this point, you definitely need to talk to your landlord, to possibly get them evicted. Hopefully they're not your landlords, and they're kind of renting the room to you. Because the one thing that should be taken as a given when you're living in a shared space is your bedroom is yours. Yes, the shared kitchen, sitting room, etc. That's for everyone. But the bedroom is yours and nobody should go in there. And clearly this person just doesn't, follow those rules. I hate this. Like, it's such an invasion of privacy. Like, if someone did this and this got caught on my bedroom's camera, I would just feel so unsafe. Like, I would be barricading my door like every single night, even when I'm in the room, and it would make me not want to leave the room either. I just feel like I was a prisoner in my own flat. I really wish there was a show where it basically just evicted like terrible roommates but on camera so that they just get embarrassed after they've just wreaked havoc on people's lives for the last few months, just so they go through some turmoil as well. Maybe I should start that TV show. It's just mad that these kind of people actually do choose to room with other people when they know that they don't work well with people. Like, one of my mates lived in a shared accommodation, and a dealer lives in his block, and apparently this dealer tries to intimidate everyone and knocks on everyone's door, demanding money off them for no reason at all. And it's just wild that people actually live their lives that way, just trying to intimidate people and trying to make people feel unsafe in their own living quarters. It's horrible. I hate it. My roommate's mother keeps harassing me. I need help. Oh god. They've got a Ring camera in their own bedroom. This is how you know that they don't feel safe. What are they doing?
Being removed, not consented to video.
Can you please stop touching my stuff, please? Can you put my things down, please?
Being removed, not
Can
consented
you put
to recording.
I literally paid for that.
Being
Why
removed,
are you touching
not consented
my
to recording. You can pick it up at the local police office.
Wait, but you don't need to be on camera if you just don't go in her bedroom. Also, you started recording the camera. You can't say that you can't record and then you record the camera. I don't understand why she's removing the camera. Is it because she constantly goes in her roommate's room? That must be the only reason, because why would you have an issue with your roommate just recording their own room? Fair enough if they were recording, you know, the kitchen and the sitting room or your bedroom, then I would have a bit of an issue because obviously like privacy, but that's their room. You don't need to be in there under no circumstances unless it's like an urgency or, you know, the house is getting checked or whatever. Oh yeah, it's the fact that this isn't even her roommate, it's her roommate's mother. I would be so embarrassed if I was like sharing a flat with someone and I didn't really know them, they were just my roommate, and my mom kept going in their room and stealing their things. I would be like, Mom, what are you doing? This is so crazy. Like, there's got to be more to this story. There has to be, like, surely for her to know there's a camera in there, the roommate must have complained to her mother about something for her mom to even know, unless her mom just is really just kind of, you know, intrusive and just feels like she can just do what she wants in this place. Such weird behavior. Hi, can you please turn on the Wi-Fi when you wake up? Also, is there a reason why it gets turned off sometimes? Yes, I turned off because it's not good to sleep with Wi-Fi radiation. It's on now. Oh yeah, honestly, like, I've been waking up in cold sweats. I think I'm coming down with some sort of Wi-Fi disease. I just feel like I'm living on really low latency right now. The connection's not that great. What do you mean, Wi-Fi radiation? Why would you turn it off? Oh my lord, imagine living with someone that is just like a deep conspiracy theorist. This would just be hell. Just keep the Wi-Fi on. This is a joint living space, so I feel like just out of respect, you should be like, oh, can I turn the Wi-Fi off at night because it's giving us a cold? And then I can be like, no, you can't, because that's stupid. God, I didn't even know I need to worry about this right now. I've got to, like, I might have to go on, like, Money Supermarket and kind of compare, you know, which Wi-Fi companies give you the least amount of diseases. I was just looking at upload and download speed, not which Wi-Fi gives you chlamydia. Roommate took the carpet. I mean, they kind of took the carpet, but why did they only take that bit? It's so confusing. Also, how small is this room? Like, surely this has got to be a cupboard. Was this where they were sleeping? How is your roommate an Oompa Loompa? Did he take the carpet back to the chocolate factory? How small is this room? I just want to know, like, why he only took that small percentage of the carpet. Like, and it's so uneven, the cut of it. I'm so confused. I don't know how a human would do this. Surely it's easier to just leave it. Unless he really liked that carpet and he was gonna, like, take it to, you know, Frank's the flooring store and try and get a sample of that carpet for his next place, then I can see the vision. But here, I'm confused. My autistic roommate is obsessed with toilet paper rolls. Now, as you can see, I think this qualifies as obsessed. It's also the fact that, you know, they've got a little toothbrush next to it as well. I don't know if this is kind of just to show the scale of it. Like, this is how tall it is. That's pretty tall. Honestly, that toilet roll fort is like, that's like 5 toothbrushes at least. That's probably the biggest one I've seen. Okay, we've got context. Since 2 months, he has been collecting every one of the paper tubes from toilet paper. Furthermore, last week he began balancing them on top of each other in shared bathroom, photo, and toothbrush for scale. I knew it was for scale. I knew it. Other roommates have had to be extremely careful not to destroy them. I asked him if he can stop, but he got extremely angry and threw a tantrum. What should I do? Yeah, you seem to be in a bit of a pickle here, my friend. You've came to the right place, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to sort this one. You know, obviously you've got a roommate who very, very, very much so has a strong connection with this fort he's building, and you know, just the sheer thought of having to destroy it is the end of his life. Now, you said he's autistic. I don't know if he actually is, or you're just saying that because he's done this, but maybe he's kind of, you know, if you know anyone that knows him in terms of friends or his family, just kind of ask how they can kind of go about this, you know, just so you can kind of, you know, you're just going into this with more knowledge, because if he's getting very angry when you even bring up the idea to, you know, stop this, you definitely need some help here. Also, is it really ruining your life? Could you possibly push it back a little bit? Because I don't know what is actually meant to be stored here. Is it just like toothbrushes and stuff? Like, I don't even, is it a cupboard? I don't even know what it really is. Could you possibly ask if you can relocate the toilet roll tower to like the corner? If anything, it gives it more structure and means that it's not going to fall over as easily. I'm actually impressed that he's built it this high, I'm not going to lie. Although I am struggling to kind of understand how he's going to build on the skinny white one at the top. This looks like it could be a bottleneck in his fort. Honestly, if this was me living here, I wouldn't be that stuff with it. I don't think I would. You know, if he's getting a lot of pleasure out of it and it wasn't disrupting my day, I'm kind of fine with it. If anything, it kind of makes me happy that he's got a hobby. You know, he's just keep this. If this makes him really happy, that would also make me happy. Maybe ask him if he can move them. Honestly, this isn't that bad. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't think it's that bad. But obviously, you're the one living there, so it's a lot more intense for you. I think just moving it, the fact it's in the middle is a little bit annoying. I just think if you can move it a bit further back rather than take it away completely, that could be the answer here. Crazy flatmate took her microwave hostage. Now, as you can see here, the microwave looks like it's just been murdered by Dexter. Let's read the context before we actually analyse this. So my flatmate went to her hometown for a month, and before she left, she wrapped her microwave like it's a precious item. I don't even use it! But the way it's been wrapped off is next level. On top of that, she hid all her cutlery, baking soda, and who knows what else, just to make sure neither I nor other roommates can use any of it. I totally get not wanting to share your personal items, that's fair. But if the microwave is off limits, why not just keep it in her room instead of occupying shared kitchen space with something we can't touch? Feels a bit passive aggressive, and honestly, just makes the shared space feel weird. I think this is weird. Honestly, like, it's a microwave. Like, are you really the only person that can use the microwave? I know there will be some people watching this that does, you know, they do act in this way. But personally, in every shared space I've ever had, like, one person may already own a microwave or everyone's chipped in for it, but let's just say one person has brought it. Never have I had an issue where they're like, I'm the only one that can use this. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. If people are using it and not cleaning it and it's like vile and stuff's exploding inside of it, fair enough. But just the simple fact that they can't use it is really kind of, it's over the top territorial. If they were stealing your food, fair enough, but using a microwave, I feel like you should be equally as petty with this. Honestly, I would buy another microwave that is better than theirs and put it directly in front of theirs. Or better yet, just take the cling film off and just use it. I don't feel like that, maybe, I don't know, is that toxic? I don't think that is invalidating their kind of boundaries, because like you said, why don't they put it in their room if they're not comfortable? This takes up so much space in a kitchen, a microwave, especially in a shared like accommodation where the kitchens aren't that big. So like, what is the point of it being there if it serves no use to everybody else in the house? Keep it in your room if it's only for you. Dishes in the shower again. Now, as we can see here, they didn't lie. Oh, sorry, is that sugar puffs down the drain? Imagine going in the shower and like you just set foot in it and you've got like a sugar puff between your toes and it's not yours. That's the worst type of sugar puff, one that's not yours between your toes. I don't mind if it's mine, but if it came out of someone else's mouth, oh, that's like the worst sugar puff to have between your toes. Why are they washing their dishes in the shower? And then why are they leaving them in there? Especially when they haven't washed them. Like, this clearly hasn't been washed. I just don't understand. Like, is this what a sink's for? Do they just put them in the shower and then spray them because they find that quicker? Some people are so strange. This time I'm adding pictures because it's happening again. Despite me telling her to pick it up, and despite people saying she needs an organizer, I'd like y'all to notice the literal backer has to keep her dishes together, and I'd like to add notice the used band-aid on my shower floor. My shower is not a biological warfare field. She has yet to buy toilet paper, dish soap, or literally anything consumable. Like, she bought a $20 poster, but not toilet paper. Oh, yeah. Especially if this is shared. It is grim. It is grim, I'm not gonna lie. That is kind of the weird politics when you have a shared space with people and you have this agreement that, okay, we're all gonna chip in for like toilet paper or, you know, toothpaste or whatever, and then one person doesn't do it and they might be the one themselves the most as well. Normally, it just creates all these microaggressions that just make your tenancy untenable. If there is anyone watching that is living with a nightmare roommate, feel free to share your story, because sometimes it actually helps to offload stuff just to total strangers. Dealing with a toddler. So the photo we have before we read the context is obviously there's milk spill and there's a post-it note that says, please learn to clean up milk if you spill it. Smiley face, brackets manners. I love that. Gotta get the brackets manners in, just the right passive aggressiveness. By the way, it's called manners. You heard of them before? Looks like you haven't, because the spilt milk. Yeah, manners. Yeah. Love a passive aggressive post, especially a passive aggressive post-it note. I live in a PG. The girls in the room besides me are not well accommodated. They play loud music up until 4 a.m, secretly lock the shared fridge, leave messes in the kitchen. Today, I saw them in the kitchen, and when I went there 10 minutes later, there was milk on the counter. I left a note saying, please learn to clean up the milk if you spill it, manners. And they put the note in the milk spill. Well, that's a layer to this story that I never knew. This is like watching The Wizard of Oz, and now I'm watching the backstory Wicked. So they actually put the post-it note in the milk. Oh, the passive aggressiveness is off the charts here. Genuinely, I'm here for this. I'm invested. I was confused if this was their attempt at cleaning it, so I left another note with clear instruction, which was thrown on the ground by them. Did you really think that this was their attempt to clean it up? This is a habit of theirs, but this time it was too obvious. And I know for sure that it was them because I saw them throw the note. These are adult women who pay rent, not 5-year-olds. What the am I supposed to do? So the way that they've put the note in the milk is not like a way of cleaning it up. That's pretty obvious to me. I feel like that's their way of saying, look, we're not going to listen to you. You clean it up yourselves. Like, you don't kind of have any authority over us. They're basically trying to like outdick you here. They're putting that willy on the table, metaphorically, and be like, you're not gonna move this, right? Mine's bigger than yours. I feel like I have the same response to everything, but I feel like you need to just have a chat with them and explain it from your point of view. And if they can't see it from your point of view, then you need to take it one step further and try and speak to the landlord about it. The thing is, it's so petty that I can imagine the landlord would probably wipe his hands with it, you know, and kind of be like, can you just sort it out? This is a minor problem, which does no help for you and just kind of feeds into, you know, their side of things. In isolation, this incident doesn't look too bad, but when you've explained about the loud music and the fact they play pranks like locking the shared fridge and leaving mess in general, I feel like this is kind of just the cherry on the top, and it's just that extra level of disrespect that you're constantly dealing with. So I can imagine this is like extremely frustrating, especially when you're the only one that cleans up. It's just horrific. Oh, they've actually responded. But everyone's saying I should talk to them. That is definitely the most reasonable option, but these girls aren't. For context, there's 5 rooms on the floor and 2 people in each room. Everyone does have issues with this particular room because they ignore other people, are rude to the cleaning staff, and cause inconveniences in general, but nobody really wants to cause drama, so we ignore it. In the past, I have been asked to clean their mess, and they have flat out denied that they were the ones who did it. They have been 6 cleaning ladies, and each and every one of them has complained about their behaviour and cleanliness. Hope that explains why I didn't just talk to them. Also, didn't want to point them out and just quietly ask them to clean it. I do admit it was a bit passive aggressive, but I had my reasons for it. Yeah, I think you're well within your rights to be passive aggressive because they're, you know, equally being more passive aggressive to you. But that definitely isn't going to help. They're just going to, from their point of view, they're going to take that as an attack, and they're just going to launch an attack on you. Clearly, these people are just horrific people and just don't care about anybody else. But the fact that nobody wants to cause drama with them in this house, like, unfortunately, one person actually needs to tell them straight. Because if everyone is just kind of, you know, walking on eggshells around them, then they're going to continue to think that they're the bosses. And it's not fair because they're bullying everyone. They're making everyone else feel uncomfortable just so they can kind of get a kick out of it. That's bullying people. So one person, or like if all of you together, can kind of go and confront them so it's less daunting. But it's not fair that they're treating you like this in your own home. If you do want to watch another video from me where we look at the world's worst roommates, we did this video 7 months ago, so some of the newer donuts might not have seen it yet. Click this video right here. There's some wild people in here that you would never ever want to share a house with.
Camkirkham, baby.